With the rise of insecurity in the country, everyone needs to be very careful. This is about a man named Sunday. He's a pastor and he lives in Lagos State, Nigeria. Sunday has a brother and he just lost his brother to death. So he decided to travel from Lagos to Delta State where they are going to be burying his brother, which is their hometown. On reaching there, he decided to lodge at a hotel because it was already dark at night. The name of the hotel is Sanctuary Home Hotel. The name even looks sketchy to me. On lodging at that hotel, he called his wife and told his wife, wifey or babe, whatever he calls his wife, and he told her, I'm not going to be sleeping at my house, so I'm going to be lodging at this particular hotel, and the name of the hotel is Sanctuary Home Hotel, and this is my room number. He told his wife everything, the room number and the name of the hotel. Everything passed. That night he said, okay, let me have a rest before the next morning. I'm going to go to my brother's burial and lay him down to rest. Unknowingly, he's going to also not be able to come out from that hotel alive. So that next day, everybody attended the burial. Everybody was sad. Everybody was moody. But eventually, they didn't actually see Sunday, which is the brother to the man that just died. They were wondering what happened to Sunday. Say he said he was coming all the way from Lagos to Delta to attend this burial. Why is he not present in his own brother's burial? Everybody was actually curious and was asking why his own brother was not in attendance to his own brother's burial, not knowing that Sunday was still at that hotel, lying in the bed, tied up, without nobody to help him, and it was a very, very sad day. So everybody was asking. The next day passed. When after the burial, there was still no call. There was still no sense of Sunday. There was nothing about him. Everywhere was just quiet. It was unusual for him to actually switch his phone for a long period of time. So his wife was worried. His in-laws, his brothers, his siblings, other people were worried about Sunday because it was very unusual for him not to pick his call and for him not to return call and for him to switch off his phone because he's the cleric and he's a pastor. Most people call him for consultation, many people call him for prayers, most people call him for counseling. So it was very unusual for him. So the day after that burial, his wife was worried, and the people that was in his hometown also were worried. So they reached out to his wife and asked him, has he reached Lagos? Maybe he left, maybe he was late, or maybe something happened, he was not able to attend the burial. And his wife told them, no, he hasn't reached Lagos. She also is worried about him. She started calling everybody that will know, have any information where her husband might be, and there was no avail. Not knowing, okay, she had that information that the husband had already given her, that she was at this Sanctuary Home Hotel in Delta State. So she told the in-laws, she told the siblings that, okay, this is where he called me last and this is what he told me. And everybody was like, okay, since this is what it is, let's go and ask the hotel what is actually going on. So they went to the hotel. They met the manager of the hotel. They asked the manager, please, we are looking for our brother. His name is Sunday. And the manager was like, no, Sunday, yes, he actually came to the hotel, but he has already checked out of the hotel. And they were like, okay, checked out of the hotel, but he didn't actually make it to the burial of his brother. Okay, let's just go. And I went back and they were curious. They still were curious. They were sensing something was fishy. They were sensing something was off there. So they decided to return back to the hotel. But this time they didn't go alone. They went with a group of vigilante, and with much persuasion, with much perseverance, they actually told the manager that they needed to search every room of that hotel. Already, Mr. Sunday has given his wife the information that he's in this certain room in this particular hotel. So they just went directly to the room that the wife has given them and broke the door of that room. On reaching that room, they just saw Sunday's lifeless body tied up on the bed with stab wounds all over him, and it was a very, very bad tragedy. So they involved the police, and the police swung in and actually started making that investigation. They arrested the hotel manager, They arrested the owner of the hotel. They arrested some staffs that was working at the hotel at that period of time. So on investigating on all the things that was happening, they also arrested the security man that was in that hotel. On investigating on all the things that was happening, they actually found out that Sunday didn't actually leave that hotel as stated because they saw his lifeless body. But there was something that actually happened that night. They said two boys came into that hotel that night. One of the boys' name is Johnson, and one of the other boys' name is Clement. One is fair in complexion, and one is dark in complexion. Those two boys met the manager and told the manager that they want to collect something from Mr. Sunday, Pastor Sunday. And the manager said, okay. He allowed them, and according to the investigation, those two boys were the boys that murdered Mr. Sunday. They murdered Mr. Sunday in a gruesome way, tied him up and stabbed him. They told the hotel manager they were going to give him 5 million naira after collecting something. That's something they wanted to collect from Mr. Sunday. That was why the hotel manager allowed them to have access to the man's room. But the man in particular, they didn't know the man from anywhere. This was something that was occurring constantly in that hotel because there was said to be an incident that actually happened that those two boys brought another lady into that hotel and actually paid that manager 300,000 after doing whatever they did with that lady. And that lady was said not to actually have left that hotel. So they actually killed that lady and buried that lady in that said hotel. It's a very, very bad and a tragedy story to actually talk about, but I just have to bring it to light because it's going to help a lot of people. So those incidents that actually happened in the past, and they actually promised the hotel manager 5 million naira, but they didn't give the hotel manager that 5 million naira. One of the men, one of the men left the hotel room through the front door and locked the door of that particular room that Mr. Sunday was lodging, and the other one left through the back door because there was an entrance through the inside of the hotel room that he was lost. There was another door that was used for maybe if you want to, you're a celebrity, you don't want people to know you're there, or you just want to use that other house, the road to come out from the hotel, you can actually use the other back door to leave your hotel. That's where the other fair guy left the hotel from. So the investigation was gathered, and everybody was shocked because of the discovery that was made on that hotel, not knowing that there was a said POS lady, another incident that happened few days back that happened in that same hotel. That said POS lady was killed and gone missing in that hotel because that was the last place she went to. And the incident that happened, they interrogated the wife of the security guard, and the wife of the security guard was the one that gave the information about that woman that got missing, that it was her husband that killed that POS lady. Her name was Bethel. Bethel came to that hotel because she had a problem with the security guard. The security guard ran a fake transfer into her bank account, and she discovered that it was a fake transfer. So she confronted the security guard and told him, okay, this was a fake transfer, please, I need my money back, because she had already given him the money that he has already made the transfer for. So he was angry and he gave her the money, and he was very angry, and he told his wife he was going to kill her in revenge of what she did to him. Not knowing, a day, a very, very faithful day, the security man of that same hotel invited Bethel for another transaction. Bethel didn't know because she was okay. She just wanted to do her business. She was not even security conscious. She just wanted to do her business because she has known this person and she didn't even think that this person was going to hurt her. So she came into the hotel. As she came into the hotel, the man took her to a particular room and murdered her. By midnight, he came out from the room and told his wife that he has killed that particular girl and took his revenge on that particular thing that she did for him. So the wife hold out and actually told the police that this was what happened, and he carried the girl's body and buried it in a shallow grave in that said hotel. So a lot of incident has been happening in that particular hotel. Only God knows what was happening. So they arrested the manager, they arrested the security man, they arrested the wife, they arrested the owner of the hotel, and they ask the owner of the hotel, so this thing has been happening in your hotel for a long time and you don't actually know about it? And he said yes, he actually doesn't know about it because the manager is responsible for the well-being of the hotel and for catering of everything that's happening in the hotel, and he was not aware that such crimes and such acts has been occurring in that hotel. This is a eye opener for everybody. You need to understand that wherever you're going to, no matter where you're going to, you need to let your family members, you need to let your loved one know where you're going to, so that such incidents or such occurrences, God forbid, will not actually happen to any of you. So you need to be cautious of the environment you're entering. And if you're going to a certain environment, you need to let your people know that, okay, I'm going to this particular place, I'm going to be spending the night in this particular place, and you need to be security conscious. Anything your spirit tells you, okay, this place does not sound right, this place does not tell me what I really need to want to hear, this place is just giving me a very funky vibes, you just need to leave that particular environment and look for another place to lodge or for you to stay, so that you'll be at peace and you can actually return back to your home. So this was a short story. Please, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel, like this video for more people to actually get to see this video and for me to grow. Thank you. I'll see you guys on the next one.